Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and today we're going to take a look at a few cases for the Samsung Galaxy S24 series. Now, all of these cases sitting in front of me I have purchased either from Amazon or it came from my order from Samsung.com for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. So this is just a honest review, opinion, and my use with all these cases. You can tell that they all kind of look a little different. They all have their pros and their cons. They all have different purposes in terms of if you want to be businessy, if you want to hold a few cards, if you want to have a kickstand or put it in your air vent for your vehicle. You also have one over here to protect your camera sensors. It also works as a kickstand as well as MagSafe, basically compatible technology. So as we go through everything, I will be placing all of the stuff that you see in this video below inside of the description. So this way, if you're interested in any of these cases or accessories, then you'll be able to know exactly where to go and where to find them. Now, before we go into the review of all these different cases right here, I do want to let you know that I am using a tempered glass screen protector right here in the Galaxy S24 Ultra. So if you notice that in the video, yes, I have tempered glass on. I believe it might have saved me right there from a small little nick or a scratch that could have gone onto my phone screen, but at least it's sitting on the tempered glass and not my device. So the one that I'm using is right here from Fortress. It's very easy to install. It comes with everything that you need. Because the Galaxy S24 Ultra is finally a flat display again, it's super easy to get these things installed, just like the regular S24 and the S24 Plus. Now, the only thing that you will see with this screen protector is going to be that glare again. So if I point these devices up at me, you'd be able to see right there my reflection, but you can't see it over here on the regular Galaxy S24 Ultra that has no tempered glass. So for the cases that we'll be talking about today, this very first one is from Tauri. These next two right here are just different styles, but the same case. This one is the Scooch Wingman case. This one right over here is also from Scooch. This is their Wingmate case, so if you can hold a couple different debit cards or credit cards in there. And then this one over here is from Samsung. This is the S-View Flip Wallet case. This one is kind of cool, very businessy. It's probably my least favorite out of all of these cases that I have sitting in front of me. Now, the first case that we'll be talking about today is from Tauri, and this one's possibly in the running for my favorite case for the Galaxy S24 series. For me, it has everything that I'm looking for functionality, and it also has protection at a great price. So taking a look at the Tauri case, now this one I got off Amazon for $24. It has a 15-foot drop protection rating. It's a little bit better than Scooch. These ones right here were rated for 10 feet drops. I wasn't really able to find a drop rating for the S-View Flip Wallet case cover thing. I believe this was just really mostly for businessy folks, the ones that just want it to kind of look good. You're never going to drop it anyways. If you are a little prone to a little bit of a drop, Scooch is good up to 10 feet. Tauri is up for 15 feet. Now, the other thing that I love about this one is going to be the sliding door. So when it comes down to the sliding door, it completely protects your camera lenses. So even if you drop your phone on its back, it is not exposing the camera lenses for a possible breakage. If you've ever seen anybody, or maybe you personally have seen it, where you dropped your phone, it hit a small little rock, and now you cracked your camera lens, you can't really take good photos. This is the way to fully protect it. And this opens up for a kickstand. So with this one, you can either put it down like this, it's going to sit up. You can also change the angle a little bit by moving it in. But if you want to have your volume rockers and power button on the top, then you can place it like this as well. And you can really put it at any angle you would like. And so far, it's been pretty stable. It's been pretty good when it comes down to opening and closing several times. I've been using this. So I do trust and believe in this little door right here. And then lastly, this thing is perfect for MagSafe accessories. So you can attach anything that you have that is for MagSafe. This one's great. It's kind of like a little hand grip. It also can be used as a kickstand, even though the case itself has a kickstand. But this is just a really big pop socket phone holder, thingy that you're able to use. And you also have wireless charging. So if you have any wireless chargers at home that is MagSafe compatible, boom, you place it on and now you are wirelessly charging. So when it comes down to the Tauri case, you can see why this is one of my favorites. It has the sliding door to protect your camera lenses, not only from drops, but also from fingerprints. Now you can fully see that I have a bunch of them there, but that's because I also had it on another case and I was putting things on and off. But when this is shut for the majority of the day up until you take a photo, you're going to be pretty much fingerprint free. So you can take amazing photos without the blurriness. So again, the door for all the protections. You also have your kickstand that is built in. It's set up for a 15-foot drop. When I purchased it off Amazon, it was only 24 bucks. And you also have the MagSafe compatible on the back. Now, everything else about this feels good. It is not slippery. It protects the screen if you were to lay it flat. You can see a little bit of the lift on the forehead and the chin. The buttons, everything is perfect, responsive, they're clickable. So you're not going to have any issues there. And it is a perfect fit with all of the different hole cuts in your charger. And it's easy to put the S Pen in and out. So again, you can see why this is one of my favorites. Now moving on to the Scooch Wingman cases. Now there's several different styles and varieties you can choose from, which is why I have two of them sitting in front of me here. I have clear so I can see the color of the phone that I purchased, and also I have the carbon fiber option. Now carbon fiber, because it's a little bit more of a specialty thing, I guess you can say, it will be slightly more expensive. So this one is sitting at $50, while this one is sitting at $40, at least when I purchased these off Amazon. Now, the thing I do like about these brand new cases versus the last versions of these from several years ago is the ridge. So when you take a look at the edge right here, it's actually black instead of clear. Now, that's going to save from the phone kind of looking like that yellowy color that always changes. But if you have a clear case that changes to that little yellowish color, that means that you have the right material for drop protection. If it doesn't change, it's made of the wrong material. It's more of just a plastic case that's going to drop and not have a good drop rating and possibly break. Now, talking about the features of the Scooch case, like I said from before, these ones all right here have a 10-foot drop. This one has a clip in the back, which is perfect if you want to use it as a kickstand. So if I move these up, you place it down, it'll be a kickstand. You can also have it kickstand vertically as well. It's great for when you hold on to it because you have a really good hold on to it and grip, because basically if somebody was to bump into you, then your fingers are holding on to another thing other than just the phone itself. This one is actually originally made to also go into the air vent of your vehicle. So if you have an air vent still in your vehicle, you're able to slide it in there and it's able to hold itself. But this little Scooch name right here is a little metal plate. So if you have any of these accessories in your vehicle already that is magnet to hold onto your phone, then you're able to hold onto this, in your car. There's also another little small piece from Scooch that this one can also go into the air vent. It just kind of slips in with these little feathers right here. This little grippy, rubbery thingy goes into the air vent and again, attaches magnetically to the back of the phone to give you that little phone mount in your vehicle. So no matter which magnet you have in your car, this metal strip will work with it. Now, if you are one of those people that like to wirelessly charge your phone, you have to take this off and then you place it on your wireless charger and it's able to charge. So this one is a clip that is easy to put in and put out. I've done this so many times with all of my devices in the past. It doesn't hurt the back of the phone at all. It just basically clips into this case. You can see this little bit of a, ridge right here. So you're not actually hitting your phone, you're hitting the case itself to put it back into place. So now you can actually see why I use this case for so many different years, just because of all the functionalities of this clip right here. This one is working as either a kickstand, you can put your fingers in there, it goes into the air vent, has a metal strip for anything for your vehicle, and then you have your clip right here that you can simply take off for wireless charging. Now next up from Scooch will be the Wingmate case. Now with this one, you could put in, maybe a driver's license and 2 debit cards, or you could put in 3 credit cards, whatever you would like. So 3 is the maximum, and I also tested that. And you can also use this thing as a kickstand right here, which I'll show you how to use that here in just 1 second. Now, the thing I want to show you on the inside before I put my phone in there is that this one is going to be safe for your credit cards. This is just a little, steel plate that's inside of there. It is used with any of your accessories for magnets for your vehicle, for your phone mount. Now, what you can do if you're somebody who wirelessly charges your phone, you can actually go through here and take this plate out. So if you don't want to have the plate in there and still use it for all of its other functions, other than a phone mount in your vehicle, then yeah, you can take this off for wireless charging. If you leave this steel plate in there, if you try to wireless charge, it will not work. So basically what I'm saying is keep this in there if you want to use it as a phone mount and you don't care about wireless charging. But if you do care about wireless charging, then take this out. You just won't have the function for the phone mount for your vehicle. So with that out of the way, let's just put the phone in the case. And I mean, when it sits in there, it does feel a little bit bigger than all the rest, so it will be slightly thicker. but that is because it's giving you this capability down here on the bottom that you're able to put in your debit cards and credit cards. So this little slit right inside of there, that's where you're able to put these in. So you got 1, you also have 2, and let's go with 3. And that's pretty much all you can do. If you put in the very next one in there, it'll kind of get very, very, very snug, and I'm not a big fan of that. So you have a phone case that gives you a 10-foot drop rating, and now you're holding onto your debits and credit cards inside of there, maybe your driver's license so you can go out. But you might also notice this little thing right here. So that little slit is to use one of those cards as a kickstand. So now you can set it up either vertically or horizontally, and all you got to do is just take one of them out and you just place it in the back of the case. Now you will notice on the side of the cases that you will have a couple little indents everywhere. So for the power button, it's indented different than the volume rocker, so you know for a fact that you're touching the power button. You also have these little baby grip sections right here. Now it's not as grippy as this one on this side just because I believe this rubber is made of something different, so it kind of feels to be a little bit more deep of a grippy kind of hold, but it does look really good. It feels good. It's just not going to give you as much grip as the one over here on the Wingman case. But this one feels good, slightly thicker, still a 10-foot drop. You have this space, this little slit for your card to go inside for your kickstand. And then you can open this up anytime that you would like to use your debit card, credit card, or driver's license. It's now on to my least favorite case out of all of them. This is that Samsung S View flip wallet case thing for business folks. This thing I got for free when my Galaxy S24 Ultra was ordered. I mean, it has a really cool screen on the front. I do want to give it that. It kind of acts a little bit kind of like your watch. You know, if you swipe over left, that's your notifications. If you have Google Maps going, you can actually see your notifications and your directions just right here. You can kind of switch around your camera. Let's see here. You can also switch over here for if you're playing music. If you press and hold, you're also able to switch out and change which look you want to have on the very top of your little S View window right here. This one, when you open it up, yeah, it does look good. And you can put a card in there, but you can't put more than one. If you just try to put in another card inside of there, it's going to start bulging and it just doesn't really shut the way that I want it to shut. So this one's really only made for one card or your driver's license. Now, the other thing that's the biggest thing about this one, the cameras are very, very almost flush with the case. So if this thing lands on the ground, I don't really see too much protection around it. The Scooch ones do have a little bit of a case around it. This one has just a full window that covers it, but it's very, very flush. It does make it look cool, but I think it loses a little bit of its protection right there. Again, this one's not really rated for a drop test. Now, I'm going to go into the annoyance that I have with this case. It's the one that kind of makes me not use the case as much. I mean, it looks cool. I would totally use it. And actually, this was my case for the first week. But when it comes down to taking photos, the thing about it is that you have to make sure that you cover it just perfect. Or it's going to kind of cover up your lenses. And especially if you go with that ultra wide lens, you're going to definitely see this thing and it's going to come in so much easier. So you have to manage the flap. And that's really the biggest thing. That's my biggest gripe, is managing the flap, because if you want to take a photo, it's always going to be open. If you want to take a photo this way, it has to be open. You're not really able to kind of put it to the very back with some of these different, camera lenses on the back of the device. You can see it's kind of sitting there. It has to sit perfect. And no matter what, it's always going to be there for you to have to manage. You have to hold on to it, or it's going to be flapping, or it'll come into the frame of the lens. So just make sure that if you get the S View flip wallet case cover thing for business people, you have to make sure that you manage the flap. And this is the main reason why I don't really use the phone. I'd rather just pick it up, go, and take photos. Now, the only thing that you might be thinking to yourself is this one over here with the window. But yeah, you just have to slide it open and you're done. There's no managing of any flap. There's nothing you have to hold on to. Once it's open, it's open. There's a magnet inside of there that holds it. And then when you're finished, you just kind of slide it shut and it gives you the maximum protection for all of those lenses. And now for the summary of today's video and my favorite case. So my favorite case is the one from Tauri. Now this one narrowly beat it out. the Scooch Wingman case. The Scooch Wingman case is one that I've been using for years and years. This clip is fantastic. It can work where you can put your finger in between. You can also use it as a kickstand. It can go into your air vent, and it has a metal strip if you have any type of accessories for your vehicle, for your phone mount. Now this one wins out only because it has a lot of stuff that I'm looking for in a day-to-day case. It is MagSafe compatible, so all of the accessories that I already have, everything will work and it's compatible. I love this door that protects the camera lenses because also too, it takes away all the fingerprints that comes through on a day-to-day basis when they're fully open. And then also obviously the kickstand. So this one also has the highest drop rating at 15 feet. So this Tauri one is my favorite. When it comes down to the second favorite, it is going to be the Scooch Wingman cases just because the clip is fantastic. And if you wirelessly charge your phone, all you have to do is simply take this off. Then you can wirelessly charge it, put it right back on, and use it for all of its functionalities. Now, next up will be the Wingmate case. So this one is ranked third out of all these cases. You can actually see that they're all already in order from best to worst. This one is great if I want to be very minimalistic. I just want to go out, I want to have my phone, I want to have my driver's license and a debit card and a credit card. Because this right here has enough space to hold 3 cards. It does make the phone slightly thicker, which is one of the things that kind of took a point off. And even though it does have a kickstand, you have to use one of your cards to enable the kickstand for it to work. Now, it's still pretty, ingenious to have a little slit there to put your card in there to make a kickstand. So I think that's probably something that was, thought of with a napkin and a bar. But this one is a pretty good case if you're somebody who loves to have those cases to put your debits or credit cards in there. This is the one for you. And then lastly, it's just going to be managing the flap. When it comes down to this last one here, it's the S24 flip wallet case thingy for business folks. So this one is pretty cool. I like the functionality of the S24 window, but that's pretty much about it. There's only one space right here for a card or your driver's license. That is it. So if you're trying to go out minimalistic with a driver's license and a debit card, you'll have to shove 2 of them in there, and then it's up to you if you like the fact that it doesn't fully all the way close because you have the additional card in there. But everything else looks good. It's great for businessy if you have suits and a briefcase. But again, I hate managing the flap when it comes down to taking photos and videos. So I'm going to go with this Tauri case. So hopefully you guys appreciated this video. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Subscribe on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.